Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Friday. Started this Friday off on a positive, efficient, healthy, powerful note. All that good stuff, man. So, what's the word? Give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid before I start going in. How y'all living? How y'all feeling? Let me know a little something. I see Jake King commented earlier. Peace. What's happening with you, Jake? If you tapped in right now, what's the word with you? How we living, how we feeling, how we maintaining out here. What's the word, my peoples, man? Y'all see the particular title for this stream. So y'all already know, man, I got an article I want to tap into in reference to this stream, and we're going to build on this article that I'm going to read to you all shortly. Montel, peace, what's happening with you, my brother? Miss Donnie, peace, what's the word? What's the word? Charles, peace, what's happening? Montel, man, we good, man. We in recovery mode, so we good. We all good. Miss Donnie, there we go. Hey, keep the flow positive. Beast by Bless Zone out. What's the word? What's the word, my brother? Mark, peace, what's happening? Tasha, peace, what's the word? Yeah, got a nice article, man, I want to tap into. Terenzo, what's the word? What's the word? Yeah, a lot of times, coming from a black man, a lot of times black men, we get, we get unnecessarily blamed for a lot of stuff out here. And a lot of times, some of us be honestly trying to do what's right and exact, but the way the system is set up, it don't work in our favor. And when it comes to like the unemployment rate, that's one of the things that I'm talking about, man. I know a lot of honest brothers, man, that then tried to do the corporate thing, that then tried to just get a job in corporate America, provide for their families, but corporate America just slamming doors in their faces because of the racist policies out here that these corporations swear that they don't have. But we know that that's a lie. And I got an article to show and prove that, So a lot of times we just getting blamed, like we just choosing to be out here down bad. Like that's not the case. So when we try to go the corporate America route for so long and it doesn't benefit us, now we got to try to do our own thing. Now, when you doing your own thing as a black man, that's a whole nother situation in and of itself. Got to get it out the mud, literally. So that's a whole process. But I know a bunch of honest brothers, man, they didn't try to go that corporate route, man, and it just did not work out for them. Didn't work out for them. Like, I don't know about you all, man, but the disrespectful pay that they be offering some of these brothers, and that's just the brothers that get offered the jobs. So the disrespectful pay is for the brothers that actually get offered the job. There are plenty of brothers who never get offered these jobs out here, which again, this article gonna show and prove that. But a lot of times we just get blamed like we just lazy, like we don't want to work and all of this type of good stuff, man. Sounds good, but that's not necessarily a fact. It just sounds good. It sounds good, man. It benefits certain people's narratives about black men. But those of us that know the truth, we know. We know that that's some nonsense out here, man. We know that that's some nonsense, man. But I got a nice article, man, talking about the black unemployment rate and how it is caused by racist policies. Racist policies. And I done been talking about this. Some of my recent streams. Like I said, we talked about affirmative action. I got a book called When Affirmative Action Was White. Affirmative action was never something that was designed for black folks. It wasn't something that was designed for black men nor black women. It was designed for white women in and of itself. So we got to understand the foundation of affirmative action has nothing to do with helping us. So a lot of black people, especially a lot of elder black people, they don't seem to understand that. They think affirmative action is something that benefits us, black people. Well, it is not. Affirmative action benefits minorities. And minorities is anybody other than a white male, if you have not known that. Like, for the life of me, I don't understand how the elder black folks don't know that, don't understand that simple fact. Minorities is anybody except for a white male. It's literally what a minority is in America, literally. If you are not a white male, you are considered a minority. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Kev, peace, what's happening? Your son, peace, what's the word? Somebody let me know if I'm lying before I go on. Is that what we consider a minority? A minority would be anybody that is not a white male, according to the textbook definition of a minority. Somebody let me know something, because last time I checked, that's literally what a minority is and was and all that good stuff. My brother Chris, appreciate that. Appreciate that donation. Provoking Thoughts TV. Peace, peace. Oh yeah, Terenzo for sure. That's a good word for the day. It's a good word for the day. I saw a book, my Amazon, that had that in the title. So it's definitely a good word for the day. I don't believe in coincidences. Definitely the word for the day. Black man's revenge. What you say? Many black men do want to work, but often get overlooked by employers for Hispanic workers, especially in construction field. For sure. Man, get overlooked all the time. When I was in banking, you know how many people came in there and was like, man, I'm surprised. Like, they were surprised to see a black man working in the bank. Like, they literally told me that. They was like, it don't be many brothers in the banks working. I was like, what? Like, they was literally surprised to see me in the bank. It's crazy. It's crazy. Shantae, peace. What's happening? Michael Richardson, peace. What's the word? What's the word? Aubrey, for sure. Now, since we got people tapped in, I'm gonna share this screen so we can break down this article. So we can really break down this article, man. So let me share this screen. Y'all already know I got some articles and all that type of good stuff, man. So let me go ahead and share this screen, and we're gonna read this article. Let me go ahead and share it right here. Boom. We in this thing. We finna show and prove. And I can relate to this article because I faced the discrimination. I faced the nonsense. Let me get that out the way. Boom. All right, here we go. Y'all see the title here. Companies still aren't hiring black men despite 10.6 million open jobs in the U.S. It's costing the economy $50 billion. That's just the title. It's costing the economy money, so they say. $50 billion, so they say, and they still won't hire us. That's how racist America is. But let's read this article here. Despite a nationwide cry for workers, businesses aren't hiring black men, and it's costing the country billions of dollars, according to a new study by the Center for Economic and Policy Research. So you know this is a credible website here. This is credible. The unemployment rate for black men remains high, 7.3% in November, compared to 3.4% among white men looking for work. So we at 7.3, they at 3.4. According to the Labor Department data, roughly 697,000 black men need employment, even as the country recorded 10.6 million vacant jobs in November. This don't add up. I don't know if you all are good at math or whatever the case may be, but I enjoy math. But 697,000 black men need employment, even as the country recorded 10.6 million vacant jobs in November. It's crazy. It's not adding up to me. According to the CEPR study, black men are excluded from the workforce. It ain't say black men are choosing not to go to the workforce. It said we are excluded from the workforce due to racist hiring practices, as well as being killed and imprisoned at higher rates than other groups. Let's go back and read that. According to the CEPR study, black men are excluded from the workforce due to racist hiring practices, as well as being killed and imprisoned at higher rates than other groups. This doesn't just hurt black men and their families and communities. CEPR estimates that the lost income from racial discrimination costs the overall U.S. economy $50 billion a year. Come on now. By focusing on closing the black-white jobs gap, we could add about $30 billion annually to black communities and make a significant reduction in black poverty, writes Algernon Austin, the author of the CEPR study. Look at that. The figure jumps to $50 billion when factoring in black men of prime working age who die or are incarcerated. For that reason, as Austin told Insider, the unemployment rate is only part of the picture since it only captures people who are currently looking for work. The joblessness rate, or those who aren't working at all, is typically 3 times larger, he says. So this includes only the people who are looking for work currently. It's crazy. Since we typically focus on the unemployment rate, we are missing the full impact of joblessness for Black men, said Austin. And look at this bold. Look what's written in bold right here. For Black men, there is never a period of low unemployment. Never a period. They're going to break it down, though. The unemployment rate for Black men has never been low, Austin says. It would be more correct to characterize it as high, very high, or extremely high. That's crazy. While employers are calling the current labor conditions in the U.S. a shortage, as they struggle to hire, Black men of working age continue to have the highest unemployment rate of any gender or race. Of any gender or race. So again, Black men are at the bottom. As I've always said, we are last. I've always said that. It's been that way for the past 2 decades. Now, y'all know what decades are. Now, it's been that way for the past 2 decades. Throughout job market ups and downs, experiments on hiring discrimination stretching back to the 1970s show it happens from entry-level positions to jobs requiring a college degree. Michael Gaddis, a UCLA sociologist who studies employment discrimination, told Insider, Black job seekers face discrimination even when they have an elite college degree, such as one from Harvard or Stanford. So that trumps my degree. That trumps my 2 degrees. I ain't even got no Harvard or Stanford degree, so that trumps that for me. All right, so the CEPR study found that although there are other groups that typically face high unemployment and labor market discrimination, such as Black women and other genders of color, those groups tend to rebound depending on the job's climate, while Black men do not. Austin found that when the labor market is tight, for instance, Black women's employment to population ratio becomes very similar to that of white women. See, this is stuff that people telling y'all, man, I've been saying this stuff for a minute. One major reason for Black men not working is that many of them are incarcerated or die at a young age. Even before the pandemic, Black people saw roughly 74,000 more deaths than their white counterparts between 2016 and 2018. According to a report from last February, for reasons like greater infant mortality, look at that. For reasons like greater infant mortality, environmental damage to Black communities, and lower quality healthcare. This ain't got nothing to do with so-called Black on Black crime. So this is infant mortality, environmental damage to Black communities, and lower quality healthcare. Nowhere does it say Black people killing other Black people. But again, y'all want to swear up and down that we are our own worst enemy. One day y'all gonna listen to me. In an examination of the 30 largest cities, 30 largest U.S. cities, despite the fact that they make up much less of the country's population. A Brookings Institute study from last March found that incarcerated Black men account for 1/3 of all Black men excluded from the labor force. Looking at a statistic like imprisonment for drug use reveals the disparity. Black and white people use drugs at similar rates. Y'all know this. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health. Yet the former are criminalized for it at a much higher rate or much higher rates. Black people, who only represent 13% of the U.S. population, which I feel like that's a lie, account for nearly 40% of those incarcerated for drug law violations. Amid the COVID-19 pandemic, Black Americans are also getting sick and dying at higher rates due to the pandemic's exacerbation of existing health inequities. But despite the prevalence of vaccines and an apparent market recovery, recent reports show that Black Americans continue to see higher rates of joblessness. The CEPR's report shows there is a wide pool of Black Americans to hire. A lot of us out here to hire, but they not hiring us. It's the self-evident discrimination in the labor market revealing itself. Dr. William Spriggs, an economics professor at Howard University and a chief economist for the AFL-CIO, told Insider in September. He added the numbers this time are just startling. And I believe that's the end of that article. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to the top just in case you want to look up this article on your own. Here goes the particular title of the article. Companies still aren't hiring black men despite 10.6 million open jobs in the U.S. is costing the economy $50 billion. Let me go ahead and remove this joint and we get back to building. We gonna get back to building. Terenzo, my brother. Appreciate that donation. Now let me go ahead and tap back into some of these comments real quick before I start spazzing on this article. And it's a reason why I tapped into that article. Y'all already know I seen something. I seen some ignorant comments somewhere, and I was like, all right. And this article was, this article definitely refuted what it was that I saw. Somebody just said something ignorant about black men, and I had to go ahead and chime in, man. And this article was showing and proving, giving me all the evidence that I needed. Very credible article right there. Aubrey, you say I have a degree and just found my career job after 2 years of search. Listen, don't even get me started on degrees and jobs. Like I said, I got 2 degrees. I graduated from college in 2013. Y'all know what year it is now. It's 2022. I have never landed a job in my degree field at all. I got 2 degrees. I was on the dean's list, and I went to a predominantly white Catholic college. Come on now. Predominantly white Catholic college. Black man, dean's list, never had below like a 3.2. And I never got jobs in my field, ever. I am currently right now in the fitness industry, and I don't have no fitness degrees whatsoever. I got certifications. So don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. 2 degrees, never got work in those fields at all. Those degrees never helped me whatsoever. At all. Like, those degrees didn't impress anybody. Aubrey, let's get it. Go ahead. Bro, you say, how do we refute those people saying they can choose not to hire our people if they don't want, especially if they have a criminal record? See, this is why I push entrepreneurship. This is why I push ownership. This is why I push it. Because we out here trying to be honest working black men, and we getting rejected for no reason, just because the country racist. But people want to swear that this racism don't exist. People want to swear that the reason why it's still in existence is because people like me keep talking about it. Like, nah, man, I done been on the receiving end of that. I done been filling out these job applications to where I know I'm more than qualified, and I'm overqualified, and I'm not getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even getting the interview. Like, it'd be one thing if I was getting the interviews and just bombing the interviews and not getting the jobs. I wasn't even making the interview. So we know some racist nonsense going on, because I know I was more than qualified for half of the jobs I filled out for, because that's why I filled out for them. We not dumb around here. We're going to fill out for things that we know we qualify for. Aubrey, for sure. I feel like they didn't want to hire me because I was a threat. I didn't have anything on my record. I was clean as a whistle. I'm still clean as a whistle. Nothing on my record. And I feel like they looked at me as a threat to their power. They're like, man, if we let him in, he got the same qualifications and credentials that we got. And then if we let him in, say we pay for his school, and then he could just get everything that we got. We ain't got no reason to not promote him. They was like, nah, we see him as a threat. So that's why I feel like I didn't get in a lot. Like, I feel like a lot of doors was closed on me because of that. Yeah, Terenzo, 100%. That's why I always, every time I talk about racism, I quote one person, Neely Fuller Jr. That's all I need to quote. When he lets you know black people cannot be racist, black people, for the most part, are the ones that can't understand that statement, but we simply cannot be. And one of the reasons why he states that black people cannot be racist is what I just read in that article. Black people, we don't have the power to be like, hey, white folks, y'all ain't 697,000 of y'all are not going to be employed because we have racist hiring practices. Black people don't have the power to do that. We don't have the power to do that at all. All we got the power to do in this particular country is talk bad about white people. That's it. So we could be prejudiced, not racist. But people do not understand that simple distinction. Don't understand it. But I brought up that article because I saw it was a homeboy of mine. He had made a post, and he had, matter of fact, I don't even have to read that joint. I don't have to paraphrase it, man. I can go straight to that joint and just let y'all know exactly what was said. Hopefully it's still up, man. I'm going to read the post verbatim. All right, so yeah, it was a meme. You know, we share memes these days, man. We just share memes. And so it was a meme. It was like try and explain. And it was the 1960s, and it showed black man, black woman, children. So a black family. Then it was like 2019, single mother with all the children. And then it was like, what really happened? Question mark. Homeboy said government assistance along with reprogramming the mind of the black women. Toxic love is the new love. That's what he said. So then I commented, I said, don't forget how many black men they murdered for no damn reason and wrongfully imprisoned. I just want to throw that out there. I wasn't trying to get deep into it. Then I seen a chick comment. This is where I got a little upset, and I was like, all right, cool. But I ain't even comment after I saw what she said. But she said, why? Wait, hold on. Yeah. So basically, why do these black men continue to blame everyone for their losses other than their own selves? This is why Twitter and TikTok. This is why Twitter and TikTok keep saying black men the weakest link. This chick said this is why Twitter and TikTok. Like Twitter and TikTok. Those ain't no sources to me. Twitter and TikTok. That's what she said. That's why Twitter and TikTok call black men weak links. Twitter and TikTok. That's what she got for us. Twitter and TikTok. She said this is why black men like Twitter and TikTok, man. Those are her sources. That's why black men weak, because Twitter and TikTok tells her so. Twitter and TikTok. Black men, we are weak. We are the weak link. We are the weakest link because Twitter and TikTok says so. Twitter and TikTok. So when I saw that, I was like, dude, people really act like a lot of black men are just out here choosing to be in the situations that they are in. It's not that simple. It's not that cut and dry. It's not that cut and dry. What you gonna tell a brother when it's easier for you to get a job at a place than it is for this brother, and this brother is trying hard? All he can do is try. All he can do is fill out the ass and try to get to work just like everybody else. But if he keep getting denied, now what? Then when he try to do his own thing, and then they make it that much harder for him to do his own thing, because I got examples of that in my family. I had an uncle that was trying to start up a liquor store. Long story short, they didn't allow them to do that. They gave them all type of problems when it came to getting some licenses and whatnot. So they weren't able to do that. Y'all know who they gonna allow to run the liquor business. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't. My uncle and his partner at the time, they said it was too many obstacles and whatnot, man. And they was just like, man, we just said forget it. They made it that challenging for them to open up the liquor store, to where they said forget it. So what you gonna tell these brothers? Like, what you gonna tell a brother? Like, if you are not a black man, like, I honestly would prefer for you to just be quiet and not speak on certain situations, because it's quite different out here. It's quite different. That's why when it comes to certain things, even when it's black women, I just don't touch it, because I'm like, I'm not one. I'm not a black woman. I'll let the black women speak on that. When it comes to certain things, like, only black men can relate to them, because, hey, everybody don't. Listen, we all face different forms of the discrimination and the racism in and of itself. You heard what the article said, even in regards to the hiring practices when it comes to black men and black women. It's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. Listen, if it comes down to them choosing between the two of us, they gonna choose our woman before they choose us. They gonna do that because they fear us more than they fear them. And that's just a fact. So they gonna give that sister a job before they get a brother a job. Brother could be more qualified, whatever the case may be. But that's how it's gonna go down. So we are at the absolute bottom. The absolute bottom. And this ain't no excuse. It's just a fact. Like the article pointed out, facts. This ain't no excuses. These are facts. So when you buy into the American dream, when everybody told you go get your education and then you get a job and then you work that job 30, 40 years, when you buy into that, and then it take you 10 years to realize that this is not how this works, then you got to try to build something from the ground up. And what they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, so it takes a minute to build a credible business. It takes a minute to build a credible business, especially when you're a brother. So a lot of people out here just unfairly criticizing black men, and I don't necessarily too much care for that, because I know how challenging it is. I know the roadblocks, I know the obstacles that I have faced. And listen, I don't have anything on my record. Like, you talking about a black man that literally nothing on my record, clean as a whistle, and I done faced all of the same type of discrimination as a brother that has something on his record. So I done went through all of those situations, man, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. And all I was trying to do was play the game how y'all told me to play it. Give or take a few things, man. Give or take a few things, man. It's crazy. Man, your son don't even get me started. You say I went to 20 interviews and got hired after 19 interviews. Don't even get me started on the amount of interviews, for one, that was trash, but on the amount of applications that I filled out. Don't even get me started. Mister, yeah, for sure. Man, Ray, man, I'm telling you, I said, I've been there, done that. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? That's why I took the path I said, man, forget enough. Enough is enough. At some point, I got to start building my own, because again, when you look at it from the long-term perspective, like, that's the way to move anyway. But man, you got to start now so that you can generate that wealth, man, so you can build that business to where you need it to be, man. But you got to start. So I said, all right, man, enough of this. Enough of playing that game, and I got to do my own thing, because I know it's going to take time to get my establishment to where I want it. So the later you start, like, the longer it's going to take for you to get your establishment to where you need it. So I said, man, all right, I'm done with it, man. So I'm just going to make the sacrifices that I got to make, and I'm just going to focus on building up my own thing, man, doing my own thing. And that's what I did. That's what I did, man. I was playing by their rules, and it was not working. It was not working. Raphael, not smart at all. Like I said, TikTok and Twitter. Say, black men, we blame everybody else. That's what we do. We blame everybody else. We blame everybody else, man, and TikTok and Twitter, because TikTok and Twitter told her so. That's why we out here the weakest link. Man, Mister, I know white folks that's in IT, ain't got no ain't got no IT experience, ain't got no IT credentials, qualifications. And you know what's crazy? You know what'd be funny to me? Because then I talk to these white folks, right? And they forget what world we live in. And they'll talk about how easy it was for them to get into that field without having their credentials. And they'll try to tell you that you should do it too. I'm like, dude, first of all, you are a white male, I am a black man. It's not going to necessarily be that simple for me. Oh, Provoking Thoughts TV, 100%. 100%. That's a known fact. Man, I forgot what book I was reading. But it talked about man, what's Buddy that wrote? Hold on, man. Let me find out the man, I forgot the magazine, man. Let me see. Man, it's a black magazine, man. Whoever the dude was that wrote this magazine, man, he definitely was preventing certain black people from getting jobs because they held a radical perspective on life. I can't think of this dude's name though. I can't think of dude's name at all, man. But he was a real man. I can't think of his name. I'm finna look it up. Hold up. Name at the tip of my tongue. Y'all know I like to have my names, man. Hold up. Let me see. Give me a second for me to look up bro name. Man, I can't think of this cat name, man. But yeah, man, when I find the name, I'm gonna let y'all know, man. But whatever his name was, y'all know it too, man. I mean, it's one of the popular black magazines, one of the first. But that brother, man, I forgot who it was that he was preventing to get but he was preventing another brother from getting a job or from getting jobs in the fields that he dominated simply because this brother was like a radical, somebody such as myself. So I know that type of stuff be happening. I know that type of stuff be happening. You got a bunch of Sambos when they allow them to reach a certain status, they don't want certain brothers rising up as well. You know what I'm saying? So they try to keep certain brothers at the bottom because the system that allowed them to reach that status. So they gonna try to keep everybody else beneath them. So yeah, you get that what they call house Negro. Yeah, Shantae, there you go. And a lot of times that's what it is. That's what be happening too. A lot of times, a lot of sisters be like, "Oh, you can get a real job while building a business." Well, in 2022, like you got to do the reverse out here, man. You just got to build your business. You know what I'm saying? Brother just got to build his business. Things ain't working in our favor, as I just proved. So we just got to focus on building up the business, and we got to focus on supporting other brothers that are building up their businesses. That's what we got to do. That's the only hope we got. That's the only hope we got because again, in 2022, they showing and proving to y'all that the system is still very much the same. Still very much the same. Still very much the same. Oh, TZ for sure. 100%. That's a fact. That's 100% fact. Don't even get me started on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at the hierarchy of most of these corporations, you're going to see the white man at the top. And then you're going to see underneath him, you're going to see, you know what I'm saying? You're going to see a lot of women. So you already know what be going on there. But they don't want to talk about that. But yeah, I've seen that a lot. I've seen that a lot. Like personal examples, I ain't even gonna talk about them. But yeah, we know what be going on there though. Especially when it comes to these white dudes, man. We know how they get down. We know how they get down, man. King Ramsey for sure. TZ, yeah. Appreciate that. We definitely making the progress. Provoking thoughts, TV. You say, what you say? You saying it wasn't even because of your locks either. Hey, if it's because of my locks, then that's just again, that's a racist policy. That's a racist and discriminatory policy. So if it is because of my locks, then that shows and proves that it's a racist policy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like if my locks is the reason why I'm not getting a job, then that means the policy is racist. But like they say, it's hard to prove racist. It's hard to prove that. It's hard to prove that I didn't get a job because of my life. Hard to prove that. Hard to prove that. That's why I stopped even caring to try to prove all of that. That's why I stopped giving them all my time and energy. World class, literally. That's all we got to do. Like, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Build and create jobs. That's all we can do. That's all we got. We all we got, as they say. Hey, Army of Allah, yeah, for sure. Peace, peace, my brother. That's all we can do, man. Like the time is now to do it. The time is now to do it, man. I say stop playing, stop procrastinating, man. Just start you something up. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, it don't do good. Then start something else up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. We just got to keep starting these joints, man, until one of them click. Like, all right, this is the one. This is the one. Because at this rate, man, we should have been learned this lesson that we can't depend on them. But like at this point, man, come on. It's quite obvious that corporate America is not the place for the black man to thrive, to succeed, to excel. It's not. It's not. Unless you want to sell yourself out. for the most part, it's a certain type of black man that's going to excel and succeed in corporate America. And we know those types. We know those types. So if you not that type, if you not the house Negro, if you not the Sambo, then you might as well go ahead, get on board, man, and do your own thing. Might as well. The time is now. Like I've never been on that type of vibe, never been on that type of time. It's not in my blood to be that type of person. Like the way y'all see me now is the way I would pull up to the bank when I worked there, man. And hence the reason why I worked at 2 banks where I worked at is because black people hired me. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. That's that. World class for sure, man. I've been facing Tyru, there, Black Enterprise. Goodness great. Yeah, that's the joint. Man, I couldn't think of that one, man. But yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. That cat. Yeah. But yeah, world class. Now I've been facing discrimination for my hair for the longest, man. Y'all gotta understand, I done about had hair for almost, man, I done had hair for a very long time. So I ain't new to the hair discrimination. I ain't new to all of that. But it's crazy. They discriminate when it come to hiring, but outside of the workforce, they be the ones most fascinated with locks. They be the ones most fascinated with your locks. Want to touch your hair and all that type of stuff. Yeah, Earl Graves. That's his name. But yeah. But that's the crazy thing about it, man. They want to discriminate. Don't want to hire me because of my locks, but then at the end of the day, they the ones most fascinated with it. That's what's funny. Terenzo, right and exact. Right and exact. World class media, man. We got to get into everything. We got to get in. We got to get into everything, man. We got to get into everything. Everything we need to, because again, how much of this country do we own? Not enough. So black men, we need to get into everything. There is not one field that we don't need to get. We need to get into everything and dominate it. Everything. Manufacturing, man. I need more black gems. You know what I'm saying, man? Everything, man. Everything. We need to get into it all. Black scientists. You know what I'm saying? We need black dentists. Black. We just need all of it. All of it. Every field, we need more black men in it. Provoking thoughts. Yes. Yes. They discriminated in the classroom, man. Like I said, everybody know my story on that one. They tried to get me to cut my hair in high school. That's where stuff all started from, right there. Like I said, I've been dealing with this for a very long time, and I haven't folded. So that ought to tell you something about my character as a person. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with discrimination in regards to my hair for a very long time, and I have not folded. As you all can see, I have not cut my hair, and I'm not going to. So that should let you know something about my character as a person. Like if I stand for something, like I'm gonna stand on my square regardless. I'm not conforming to people's policies, man. It's not gonna do it. If I feel like the policy is racist, if I feel like it's nonsense, then nah, I'm not going for it. I'm not just somebody that's out here rebelling against every rule, but if the rule don't make sense, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Era 9, there we go. Santana, man, for 100%. Yes, they do. Tyru, yeah, I can't say I done been in the healthcare industry, but I know in like management, all that type of stuff, man. Yeah, they be tripping hard, but you can't prove it. Yeah, yeah, the first black, and it's 2022. That's what I'm trying to tell people, just to show you how far we've come. How far we've come, boy. We have not come that far at all, man. It's 2022, and it feel like it's 1960, 1950. Things just a lot more covert, but we still have some overt acts of racism and discrimination and all of that. Your son, yeah, man. Like I said, I'm getting there, man. We good. We good. It's a real peace. What's the word? What's happening? Awaken the Hebrews. Peace. What's happening? What's the word? Yeah, we back in this thing though, man. We back in this thing. World class, yeah, man. A lot of There's some people that use this here YouTube for good, but like you say, it's some that use it for bad, man. But again, YouTube is not something that we own and control, So they have regulated the internet. They have regulated YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So they only allow you to talk about certain things on this here YouTube before they start flagging your channel and deleting your channels and all that good stuff. And a lot of people, this is their source of income, so they not trying to tamper with that. So they trying to put out content that's YouTube friendly, so YouTube won't delete the channel because that's their source of income. You know what I'm saying? So that's what be happening a lot of times. But it is what it is. Like I said, man, when you rock with the people, when you help the people out, man, the people gonna take care of you one way or another, with or without YouTube. They gonna find you. So that's what we got to realize too, man. If the people rock with you, if you done helped enough people, if you done impact enough people's lives, man, they gonna rock with you. Whether or not you on YouTube, they gonna find you. They gonna find you, man. So you gotta know and understand that. You gotta know and understand that, man. You help the people out, man. The people gonna take care of you. They gonna take care of you. Just never sell yourself out, man. Never dumb yourself down for anybody. Never water down your message because you're afraid of what a platform might do to you. Don't do that. Because again, the people got you. What they say, the power is in the people. Understand that. Power is in the people. Power is always in the people, man. Again, everybody got to remember that. The content creators that's on YouTube, and I understand that, hey, most of your power is with the people. You wouldn't be where you are without the subscribers. You wouldn't be where you are without the followers, without the friends, without all of that, man. You wouldn't be where you are without them people, man. So people got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? People going to take care of you if they said, all right, we're going to go ahead and delete you from YouTube. Trust me. They rock with you hard enough, they going to find you wherever you are. But a lot of people, they fail to remember that. They fail to remember that, man. And they start forgetting where they came from, forgetting how they got to where they are. They start disrespecting the people. Lorenzo for sure. That's why, hey, create our own currency. Raphael, no, never. They never want you to tell that truth. Never want you to do that. Man, I had a book, but I ain't got it on me. It's in my book bag in the other room here. But I got a book, man. I'm gonna review that book when I get done with it, man. But this book is powerful. It's in reference to what's going on out here, man. I'm gonna read that book and I'm gonna break it down to y'all, man. It's like a legit case. I'm gonna give y'all a summary. CC Peace, what's happening? Yeah, Tyru, like I said, man, this hair has been with me for a long time. But I'm gonna give y'all a brief summary of this book that I'm breaking down. It's a book written about a pediatrician in Oregon. He had his license suspended because he was not giving the children, he was not jabbing up the children, basically. And the reason why he did not jab up the children is because he did further research. Now, mind you, I think he had or has like 9 kids. Like 4 or 5 of them are adopted or whatever the case may be. All of his children are jabbed up. So this is not coming from a pediatrician or a doctor who is anti-jab. He jabbed up all of his children. He just came to this realization after doing research. And he did his research, and the research led him to but led him to discover that the jabbed up children were unhealthier than the children that were not jabbed up. So that led to him changing what it was that he was doing in his practice, and they suspended his license. And so he had to take, it's a whole situation, man. But I'm gonna bring that book out probably next time I stream. But it's crazy. It's crazy. And this was happening in Oregon. But it's crazy, man. It's pediatrician, man, in Oregon, man. Like, you could probably look it up and find this yourself. But it's a whole book on it. Y'all know I like to read the book on top of having the articles and whatnot online, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, this ain't coming from a doctor who fresh out the gate is anti-jab. Like, nah, this dude jabbed up all of his children. Like 9 of them. So he was heavy on that side. And he was doing some research on the outside. And one thing that he expressed in the book, like the first few pages, first thing he was talking about was like, doctors are not educated when it comes to jabs. He was like, we were not educated when it comes to jabs. Like, nope, that was not part of our curriculum. We did not have to be educated on jabs. Like, we did not take classes on jabs. That's what he said in the book. This is a doctor now. This is what they tell me, trust science. Now, this is a whole doctor. Like, and this is what he read, and that's what he wrote in his book. But y'all know I'm gonna break that down in the next few days, man. Y'all know how that go. I'm definitely gonna break that down, man. That book is peace, man. It's an eye-opening joint. Eye-opening joint. Eye-opening. That's one of the ones that they ain't gonna like for that to get out. But yeah, he did outside research, man. Outside research. Just like I tell people, doctors are not required to have courses on nutrition. So they don't have to be well-versed on nutrition, and they didn't have to be well-versed on jabs. According to this guy who went through the system, not me. But yeah, man, we gonna break that down though, man. We gonna break that down for sure. But I also want to say shout out to my brothers out here that are building up their own businesses. Shout out to the brothers that are handling things out here, because it's a lot of us that are striving. You know what I'm saying? We didn't let the racist system break us down. Shout out to the brothers that's still out here fighting. Still out here doing what's necessary. Still out here doing what's required. Some of us are fighters. Some of us don't give up. Some of us don't take. Hey, even some of the brothers that take the illegal route. Hey, I understand. I get it. I don't even be mad at them. I don't even be mad at them, man. Like, I remember, I'll never forget, one day I was just chilling, man, and I straight out of nowhere, it was just like, man, I'm not mad at these brothers. I'm not mad at these brothers out here doing, like, I'm just not mad, man. I know I ain't the only one that been there, done that. A brother that ain't never dabbled in that type of lifestyle just was like, man, I understand. I understand. I was like, man, I see why brothers go out here and just get it by any means. I understand. I ain't even mad at it. I ain't mad at it, man. 4 elements, peace, what's the word? World class for sure. Oh, your son, we ain't trust. Hey, yeah, nah, we ain't trusting them now. We ain't trusting them. We just gonna point out the ones when they act like all of them saying the same thing. That's what I'm gonna point out, because they not. You know, I just like to point out that not all the doctors are saying the same thing. Not all the scientists are saying the same thing. When people tell me to trust something, trust science or trust the doctors and all this, I'm like, but they saying different things out here. Lindell, peace, what's happening? What's the word? But like I said, they want to keep one side in the dark. Like, they want to keep one side concealed. Like, they don't want to show the public the other side. You know what I'm saying? So I try to shed light to that side. But you got to do it strategically on this here social media. Black Man Rising, yep, that's what the article stated. But a lot of times people act like this stuff is by choice. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why we got to continue to point this type of stuff out, is because we got to show and prove how the very foundation of this system has not changed. Because for some reason, people tend to think that it has, but it hasn't. And this is just a fact. Like the very foundation that this system was built upon has not came close to changing. You say chemethetics at this at this point, shouldn't we just separate ourselves from society and build in the woods? That would be nice. And we ain't even got to go to the woods though. And we ain't got to go to we ain't got to go to the woods, man. We could build right where we at. We just got to have some military to, you know what I'm saying, to defend our turf. We could build right where we at. We ain't got to go. We ain't got to run to no woods. You know what I'm saying? They the ones came from the caves. We send them back to the caves. But we ain't got to go to no woods though. And we ain't got to go to no woods. World class, man. I ain't never gonna bash Pookie. I can't never bash Pookie and Ray Ray, man, because I was, for one, I was friends with a lot of them, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got a different understanding when it comes to some things that I done seen, man, and just witnessed, man. I ain't gonna never bash him, man, because I understand what it is to be lost. I could have easily been Pookie and Ray, man. I could easily been that, because I was living that type of life, man. I had that type of mentality, man. I was what they say, a savage in pursuit of happiness. They chemethetics. They won't allow us to go to the woods neither. They not gonna allow us to unify no matter where. We could go underwater and try to build, and they gonna come find us underwater. They not gonna allow. They don't want us to build anywhere. It don't matter where we go. You know what I'm saying? We could go to Mars tomorrow, and they gonna follow us to Mars, bro. They do not want to see us thrive. So it don't matter where we build at. They gonna follow us, and they gonna try to destroy it. So it just really don't matter at this point. We could go to the woods, we can go underwater, we can go to Mars, we can go to Jupiter. Wherever we go, they're gonna be right there behind us. They're gonna be right there behind us. They're gonna be right there behind us. It don't even matter at this point. So we might as well go ahead and get the building wherever we at and just get ready to deal with them. Get ready to deal with them. But this time, like I said, when we deal with them, man, we gotta deal with them. Like we can't play around with them. You know what I'm saying? But again, we gotta watch how we speak that on here. You know what I'm saying? We gotta watch how we speak that on this thing, man, because you know how they misinterpret that. But hey, go watch Khalid Muhammad, man. Khalid Muhammad told you, yeah, Khalid Muhammad, yeah. Y'all know what Khalid Muhammad was talking about. Yeah, Aubrey, yeah, definitely got to keep getting on code, man. Definitely. And so that's why, you know what I'm saying, the brothers, that's why we got to stick together, man. And that's why we got to watch up. We got to watch each other's backs, man. Like, that's what we got to do. Oh, Vigler. Y'all, yeah, we for sure going back. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? When you choose them and then complain about you, like, because they choose them and then act like dude wasn't Pookie, you know what I'm saying, when you met him. Like, yeah, of course we gon' like, you just made a bad decision. Aubrey, never, man. Colin Muhammad, listen, Yeah, they never uplift Khalid Muhammad in the mainstream. If the mainstream talks about Khalid Muhammad, they gonna talk about him in a negative light. That's what they gonna do. Talk about him in a negative light. One of the most fearless brothers that ever walked this planet. One of the most fearless brothers to ever walk this planet, man. Khalid Muhammad. Amathetics, you say, what's your thoughts on black men leading homelessness on most states? This ties back into this unemployment rate. Ties back into that. It's all a reflection of that. It's by design. That's why I say, man, we got to focus on building and we got to focus on supporting one another. The homelessness ties right into this unemployment rate. Ties right into it. It ties right into it. Hey, shout out Marcus Ford for the cash out. Well, you know what I'm saying? Marcus Ford, peace, appreciate that. But yeah, it ties right back into that joint. And then a lot of times, and then also, I also gotta, you know what I'm saying, we gotta deal with some accountability for the brothers because working in banking, I've seen this. Some brothers gotta stop just having unnecessary children out here by different women. Cause boy, I done seen some brothers try to dodge the feds, open up a bank account years later, and as soon as they open that account, man, about some weeks later, boom, they go in there and get their child support money. So you're counting the whole $40,000-$50,000. Like, come on, man. So at some point we got to be more responsible on that end too, because I just seen child support tear some brothers up, And I ain't talking about the, you know what I'm saying, the shady situations where the mother is tripping. I'm talking about some of the dudes just out here having too many children by too many different women. Like them dudes. Like, come on, man. Like those are the dudes. Like y'all gotta chill, man. Y'all gotta chill. Hey, Leo Muhammad. Yeah, I fool with Leo Muhammad. Who just brought up Leo Muhammad? Yeah, C Square, my brother. Yeah. Yeah, Leo. Frank, peace. What's happening? Yeah, world class for sure. And that's part of entrepreneurship. Being an inventor, creating. That's part of it. You know what I'm saying? So of course we need all of that though. We need everything, man. Every field. And in every field we can have creators. We can have innovators. Like that's what we need, man. We need innovators in all the spaces in all the fields. But yeah, for sure with manufacturing, man. But like I said, we need it all though. Manufacturing, all of that. Your son, yeah, for sure. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's their objective, man. That's their mission. Kill the black excellence, man. Mister. I've been tapping into that a little bit, man. I got some people out that way. But y'all, man, listen, it's coming up on an hour, man. Like I said, man, I'm still in recovery mode. So I ain't able to go as hard as I really want to. But that's coming soon. It's gonna come soon. Just be patient. Be patient. We at about 80, 85%, man. So I'll be all right probably by Monday. So I'm doing a little light work now. But with that being said, man, I didn't want to go over an hour today. So we reaching that point. So I appreciate everybody tapping in for this particular stream. Appreciate all the donations, all the comments, all that good stuff, man. I'm gonna try to tap in with y'all possibly again tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Sunday. So y'all be easy out here, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Friday. And if I don't tap in with y'all tomorrow, y'all enjoy your Saturday. But I'm out, y'all. Y'all be easy out here. Peace.